Oh my God. It's like this Sweet Jesus Radio podcast.
Yo. Welcome to Sweet Jesus Radio. I'm your host, Sweet Jesus.
Dramatic pause.
Got my fly-ass co-host, Candace, in the house.
Hi, guys.
She's back.
I'm back and I'm better.
What if you just did the whole episode like that? Don't do it.
No, I can't. I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to take myself seriously.
Leslie, I'm getting paranoid again. Can you see if it's recording? It is? Got the little red light. It gets so paranoid. It's a one-man operation when it comes to the equipment.
Did you do one before and you didn't record it?
Yeah.
So it's happened.
Yeah, I caught it like 20 minutes in, so it was a really short episode because he had to leave early also on top of that. Sorry, listeners.
Quick recap.
We got this is a fun episode. We're hanging loose, as you can tell if you're listening, watching. We're just talking. If before I introduce him, if you read, of course, the description, but if you're on video, we got a return guest. All right, he's been on. This is his fourth time. All right.
Does he hold the new record?
He might, and I'm gonna think about that right here in a bit. But I'm gonna introduce him. I'm not gonna go too deep in because they've already heard it. He's a bad motherfucker. The homie Random. Hey. He's back.
Hello, everybody.
You're cynical today or something?
Yeah, I'm depressed today.
Yeah,
so
he's depressed.
I know you just said it's a fun episode. I'm like, bro, I might cry. I'm gonna get a little.
It's gonna get crazy today.
A little sad today.
Don't get me started.
That's why
I might even drink a beer.
I mean,
that's how you know.
Tito's telling me what an hour's like. I don't know. It might be a 2-hour episode. But cool. Let's jump into it then. In that case, so just in general. So just real quick, listeners, Random is back. Okay, so who's been on the most?
I thought Rico was the holder.
No, it's Ocho Sanchez has been on 3 times.
Oh, yeah,
he might be the one.
You
just broke the record,
Damn.
which is crazy. An out-of-towner.
Yeah, I don't even live here, man.
Yeah,
Wow.
but it's because of that,
Everybody
though.
else step it the
because
fuck
when
up.
he's in town, it's like, not really.
Leslie, I'm talking to you.
I know.
Just
Leslie,
kidding.
She's zero. Well, she was on for a little bit one time, and I made her talk for like 30 seconds. But look at her.
She's not even making eye contact with us right now.
Say your oh my god. You recorded saying oh my god a million times like you're climaxing, but you're watching football. Was that
We're gonna use that when I drop my mixtape. It's gonna be the ad libs on.
So you hold the record, man.
Listeners, just so you know, there's a person over there.
Yeah, there's a little person back here. Leslie's in the house.
You can't see.
Some of our regular listeners might know her. The pretty girl and the bestie crew. They're all pretty. They're all pretty hot actually. But yeah, so you hold the record 4.
Yeah, that's why I did this.
But that's why, because he's like, I gotta break the record.
I'm just.
He asked me one time, who holds the record? And I said, Ocho Sanchez. And he's like, I need to break that record.
I'm coming for that guy. I'm coming for that guy.
He's coming for you. I'm coming for you.
Yo, Paul.
And he also said, are you guys showing the game? And I go, yeah, we are.
Yeah.
And
then I almost didn't come.
No.
Jesus was like, I don't know. He was like,
then I made him come.
I
The
gotta.
game.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, now we're watching the Michael Douglas movie, The Game.
For some reason, there's a fucking, and it's called The Game after the game. All right. That's actually a good one. But has he dead yet? So Randall's back. This is going to be, Candace is back. She's been gone for a couple episodes.
Yes.
It's been like 2-3 episodes.
2 minimum.
2.
You're in review?
I didn't review, and then I didn't the one
had to
before
bring
that.
in last second. The one before that also?
Yeah.
Who was here?
I don't know.
No, just done 2. You're in review.
Oh, then I haven't done the 2. Oh, that's right. It's only been like a month or so.
So you're in review, which is usually us, but you know, Dee happened to be in town. She's back. She moved back to Cruises. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sniffling off. Can you bring me a tissue from the restroom of some sort?
Tissue for your issue?
Just bring the whole roll of paper towels, please. And then we did his, but you couldn't make it to that. Mm-hmm. So he is back. All right. So how's your day so far,
That's
sir,
the
Mr.
theme.
Cynical? Let's jump into it.
Today sucked. But you know, that's life.
Today sucked. Huh?
Yeah.
Why did it suck?
I was a little
Even as a sad.
I was
as
hungover.
As is such.
Yeah, I was hungover and I was just
I asked
feeling
you, did you
depressed
party?
about like the weight of existence.
It's just a dopamine level,
It's
It's
dog.
just difficult. Yeah.
Can
no,
I
that's
tell
once
you?
balance
how
your
it
shit
works.
out.
Yeah.
Dude, like I had like
So did
I was
nothing.
like dead serious, like talking to myself, but like dead serious. I was like, bro, the lack of serotonin in my fucking body right now is just like ridiculous. Like
It happens when you do things.
Yeah, man. So what I do when I feel like that, I just isolate myself because I'll just bring I'm like totally resistant. Like you cannot make me feel better.
Well, thanks for
so
coming.
I just like, I had all day to like.
Thanks for bringing those vibes.
Guys, I'm
Thanks
back.
for infecting us.
I'm back.
What did I say
baby.
earlier?
He's got a sad boy beanie on too. Is what I'm
for
saying.
sure.
In the car when I was like, for vibe's sake. That's gonna be my
Vibe's
new.
sake.
But it's okay.
That's the title.
I had the day to kind
That's
of
a
like
t-shirt.
wallow
For sure.
alone. So now I'm fine. Now I can joke.
So you just
about
kind of
it.
chilled and recovered.
Yeah, I just sat in bed, ate a few pickles.
Oh,
That was it.
Nice.
And a banana.
I don't know
some
about the
peppermint
combo.
Pickles and
tea.
Go ahead.
bananas, so
I don't
No,
know-
phallic.
I don't know about
they
the
were
combo,
hours
but
apart.
phallic.
It was hours
phallic
apart.
as fuck. Another t-shirt.
Yeah.
Phallic as fuck.
That's it.
Had an
Well, when
obelisk.
life's fucking you over, you just.
I also ate some
dick-shaped
eggplant parmesan.
food. Yeah. Whole. I didn't do anything with the
Just
eggplant.
eggplant. Raw eggplant.
And parmesan. Yeah.
Just separate.
Wash it down.
Put it in a blender.
That was cool, man. I got some thoughts on life. You know,
Holy
we can get
shit.
to that.
Thoughts or THOTS?
I wish
On life.
both.
Top.
Yeah, a little bit of both, really, but mostly thoughts.
Mostly the heavy ones.
Yeah. So that was
Yay.
cool. So now you know
Toilet paper.
it's good to get out of your head a little bit sometimes.
All right. Sorry for the toilet paper in the shot. What did you do today?
Oh wait. So
Sorry for the
okay.
sniffling, guys.
Hold on. Time out. For legal purposes, anything I say from now on may or may not be satire.
It's satire, and yeah, it's just for jokes. All of this is jokes.
Don't ever take me seriously.
Yeah, no.
But do.
But also don't say anything too crazy. For yourself.
I just like, so anyway, so
it. Do whatever you
today, I didn't really do
No
anything.
high-speed chases this time?
No, not today. I worked last night. I got a new job.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
new job.
bartending now. Real cute. So I worked last night. I got some water beezy and
I have no idea
then
what that means, but...
what burger?
Oh.
Water beezy.
Are you sure it wasn't the Burger King like last time?
No, I actually asked for a water burger, double meat junior.
At Burger King.
No, okay.
She did it before.
So I asked,
okay.
I asked for a Whopper at Whataburger, basically. But I was
Yeah,
like,
it's so funny the way she tells the story is hilarious.
I thought I was making a joke.
I thought Waterbury was Yellow Beezy's brother or something. What's his name from Dallas?
Yellow Beezy.
Is that his name? I try to keep up with these young kids when they're rappers.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of
I
you.
know
That's a good
songs,
little.
my boy,
But no,
so-
I didn't do anything. I woke up maybe like around 1.
That's not bad for you.
My friend's family is in town for the week. It was his mom's birthday, so we just got up and went to Albertsons with his sister, got stuff to make to eat, sang happy birthday before I came, and that was it. And I'm here.
Awesome. I had a crazy day. It was eventful.
You were
Feel free
productive.
to chime in. It was productive. Make fun of me. Make jokes for the listeners. All three of them.
Our faves, all our faves.
Shouts to Groove. Ocho's a good listener. But
Does he actually listen?
I think on and off. What's that? I think it's this fucking thing. Anyways, fucking yeah, dude. So for once I didn't go out on a Saturday night.
Proud of you.
Not even drink at home at all. Nothing. Like
Did you like go to sleep early?
for me, I went to bed at 1 a.m., which is super early for me. 'Cause I get out of work at 9:30.
After
Oh, okay,
masturbating
okay.
furiously
Oh, yeah,
for 3.5 hours.
That's how I get to sleep. That's like
Where does the time
Melatonin.
go?
That's the only way to sleep. That's where you get your serotonin in.
melatonin. It's jacking out was my melatonin. The who needs
It's my Twitter bio.
Jacking off is your
Backing off
melatonin.
is my melatonin.
It's the name of my autobiography.
Yeah.
No, dude. So it was like I feel awesome right now.
Yeah.
Why didn't I do this more often?
You're glowing.
Yeah, dude. Last time I was
Nice to
toast.
see, yeah, and I
when we
carried.
recorded.
Yeah.
And you carried. I told you you have to
Yeah,
carry
yeah.
this one. And I
Yeah,
told
yeah.
her this one. You have to carry it. But no, dude. I'm feeling good. What happened is I went for a hike, a gay ass hike on Friday.
What is like a gay hike? Is that
Yeah,
like a
gay hike.
euphemism for jamming your?
Well,
something?
it means he crawls up my ass with his
Elaborate,
penis, and then he sticks, the flag, which would be
He conquers.
yeah.
He conquers the land.
he was
Is
some
that-
type of Mount Everest,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
would be my my.
Oh yeah. So you didn't wear. So you don't need
what's the-
comfortable
I couldn't finish
shoes.
a joke because I forgot because I'm a little drunk.
Inserts one of Leslie's ad libs right here.
What's the? All right. No, I'm gonna leave that joke alone.
Okay.
But so I went for a hike
Your G
Saturday
spot.
morning, right? But I was so tired after work that I just really did not feel like going out. But usually I'll drink some beers at home. It's like, nah.
You worked Saturday still too?
Yeah, I still work. So yeah, I
You went for a hike and you
then
worked?
went to work.
Bro.
Had breakfast, then went to work. I went to some place called. They took me to something called
are
the Slut
you?
Canyon,
Ooh.
which is weird. Apparently, it's called Slot Canyon, but there's like a type of canyon called Slot
Well,
Canyon.
that's also
Is it
vaguely
really?
sexual.
But the Slut Canyon, that's what I call it, which is also what I call my ex-girlfriend's vagina. But so it's always fucking
That's why
Las
they broke
Cruces.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, because I kept calling it. Let me see that Slut Canyon.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Trying to
so
visit the Slut Canyon.
so
today.
rocky. The terrain.
So wide open.
I sprained my ankle.
It puts the Grand Canyon to shame. So this is in Las Cruces, it's like way out there.
So you drove an hour to go
I
hike.
don't drive. She drove me.
Some very white people.
Drove
shit,
back
man.
an hour and then still went to work.
Breakfast and then went to work. Yeah, I'm trying to be more, it's 2022. I'm fucking fat as fuck.
I could never.
That's what I said. She's trying to take me to the summit of this whole shit. I'm gonna go, dude, 20 minutes in, like, no, let's go back, dude. I'm done. So, 20 minutes in, we have to go back because I was being a baby. But I scheduled another one for Saturday morning.
The next
She's like,
day.
let's do it again. She's like, are you serious? Like, don't play with me. I'm like, yeah. I'm sorry, Sunday morning today. And after work, she was already partying. Alex, shouts to Alex. And,
Shout out to Alex.
Yeah.
Dude, I have
she's
to
in
tell me a
town.
funny story about Alex.
Yeah, hold it.
Just really quick.
No.
Not right now, but yeah.
Well, yeah, don't forget. But long story short, she flaked. She partied. I woke up at 7 a.m. I've been up since 7 a.m. today.
This is my girl.
Yeah, she flaked on me. Because she usually gets mad at me because I flake on her. So, dude, I went grocery shopping at 8 a.m. at Walmart. No weirdos like usually. Well, normal Walmart weirdos.
The old weirdos.
But I usually shop at night, so it's crazy.
Retired weirdo.
I
did
love
my
Walmart at
former
night. That's when all the
It's a
best
little
people
crazy.
are there.
It's a little crazy. So I went grocery
you guys
shopping.
Yeah.
I like it, but because it's empty. But grocery shopping, then cleaned up, did some work. Like, I put the air filter on my car, trying to be like a man. I'm faking it.
Yeah, cute.
Then, dude, she flaked. She's not answering at 10. So I went to the movies, dog. I watched Spider-Man.
How was
No
it?
Way Home. It was pretty dope.
No
Well,
way? You went with No Way?
Yeah. Yeah. Is that the last one?
No, I was just making a joke about No Way.
I don't know. Explain the jokes. I'm
Homie,
done.
No Way?
Oh, no way.
Way.
Because you're saying it all weird.
I'm fine, man.
No way. I like it.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude. And I had plans with Dee to take her to dinner for her birthday. So I watched the movie, dude. I'm a new man. I'm gonna go sober now. So we went to this new
We're
ramen
gonna save this
spot
gum if
and-
anybody wants to buy my gum off of the
Dude,
Sweet Jesus
We
podcast.
might do that shit. That's a good one too. Don't give these ideas out. So yeah, let's put a button on that one. But yeah, it's been productive. Then I came here. But yeah, so what did we do? We hung out last time after the podcast.
Yeah, we went and talked
Went
about
to
your shit.
Monarch.
Oh, you guys had cute little hangsies.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was all of us though. Tito, Danny, and then Rick showed up.
Yeah,
And his friends, Real and them, and Triana, and
yeah,
all
so
those guys.
we did have cute little hangsies, yes.
We did.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It's also the name of our indie rock band. But,
Cute little hangsies.
Yeah, we had fun, right?
Yeah, man.
He's all trying to, right?
Right. Just
Tell me we had a good time.
We're the last two to leave.
Oh, we had a great time, man.
No, we always
It
do.
was fun.
The day I met him, which was years ago, we went out for drinks afterwards too. That was fun. But it's good that he had time to hang out because usually he has to make it hard out. But so that was pretty cool. It's Monarch, which is one of your when you're in town.
Oh
that's where
yeah,
you go,
man.
right?
Anywhere that's full of hipsters wearing dark colors,
You blend right in.
you'll find me. Any
your
any
multiple
night,
layers.
yeah, any place that plays shoegaze grunge rock, I'll be there, drinking an
Thrift shop
unnecessarily mixed drink.
Overly priced. Beer.
Yeah, or an IPA that I don't really like.
Yeah, and pretend like it's a little hoppy.
It's just
A little.
hey, what's wrong with this beer?
Like McLovin. Heard it's got a lot of hops.
Yeah, exactly. It's got legs. It's like a
Yeah.
wine reference. Oh yeah. So besides that, so I didn't die this time in the mountains. So basically, a slot canyon is like it just turns into a hallway. Only one person can fit.
Oh, so did you go back
Dude,
to
no, I would not be able
Radium
to do
Springs.
that.
Dripping Springs or whatever it is?
Radium Springs.
Radium Springs. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've done a bunch of those Las Cruces hikes.
So it's like super enclosed. It's like the urethra of the mountain, and it's
That gives me anxiety, like just thinking about it.
But it wasn't steep as opposed to the last time. She almost
It is kind of a weird pick. They're like, hey, you want to go walk on this trail that just kind of ends?
Gets narrower and
You're
narrower
like,
as you
yeah,
go
and then
along.
you keep going until you can't go. And then you go back and you're like, yeah, hell yeah.
Literally?
Guess what we're gonna do now?
That's kind of how it is.
Back.
I mean, it's not like a cave. It's not like
Well, you have to go back.
spelunking. Like
You
you
have to go
don't
back
get
to your
like
car.
I'm
trapped.
like an outdoorsy person, bro.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to be active and shit.
Fuck
Yeah,
am I
that's a
walking
nice
around
way.
here for?
That's a nice way to call somebody homeless. Oh, you're real outdoorsy.
It's not that I'm homeless. I'm outdoors.
Yeah. Hey, I just really like the outdoors. And if you got
That's
like
like the new-
57 cents or something, I'm trying to catch the bus. Trying to get something to eat.
Standing at a 40
Yeah.
Getting in a car doesn't count as
Punch
outdoorsy.
down. Punch down.
Always.
Yeah.
Always punch
Yeah,
down.
for real. Yeah.
Do you have any stories for us, Candace? Because I really don't have much.
I have a shit ton of stories.
All right, it's only
Let me
good
tell you
now.
my Alex story because it was fucking hilarious.
Go for it.
So this was a couple months ago. I'm like lying to this dude that I'm somewhere when I was at this whole. Oh my god, dude, I can't believe
Is
I was
he
at
a
this whole
listener?
other dude's house.
Is he a podcast listener?
I fucking
Big
hope
fan of the
not.
podcast. Yeah.
Shout
That's how
out
you
to my
got
boy.
it. Yeah.
No, I don't even think he knows about it. Thank God. I'll be talking about him a lot. But I was at this other dude's house, and this other dude called me, and I answered it, and I was like, "Oh, I'm at my friend's house," and he was all, "What friend?" And I was all, "My friend Alex," because I was like on the phone with him one time, and she was there, so he said, I was
really?
like, I described her. I was like, "Oh, remember my friend?" Like, dude, I don't know how the fuck that came to my mind that fast. I was like, "Oh, remember my friend that was on the phone last?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, I'm at her house." So I tell Alex, I'm like, "Bitch, you were part of one of my lies this weekend." She was like, "Oh my God, tell me." So I tell her, and her only response was, "Great, now somebody thinks I got a shitty apartment in the valley." That was like the most
She's
Alex
like that.
response I could have
She's a
gotten
freaking
though.
snob.
I was like, yo.
She don't even. When you hang out, she judges everything.
Damn it,
worse
that's
than
why
me.
I love her though.
That's fucking crazy.
It was so funny
Okay.
though. Like that was like the funniest answer I could have gotten from her. Cause she was like,
She's
great.
funny too. But yeah, she's a. I don't want to say too much. But yeah. she just judges everything. Everything's tacky to her. Like, but she's also there doing it with those people. Like you're there.
That's what makes her so great.
Yeah, the contradictory nature.
Yeah, sometimes you can only relate to something by hating it or criticizing it. That's how I experience a lot of things. The way I connect to things is by like talking shit about them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, in
I
order to get a
very-
deep hate for something,
surprisingly,
you have to delve into.
Very much feel that.
Yeah. It's like, this sucks, and I can't
I fucking
go. I
love
can't
it.
leave.
I fucking love it.
And my ride isn't here yet. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll talk about your these gigs you had, man. The
Yeah,
homie
man.
Noah,
So the
Noah.
last
So
time,
now you got me
No Way
saying it all weird.
Home. No Way Home.
No Way Home.
Yeah, No Way Motel.
The homie Noah Moreno.
Yeah, no, real cool dude, man. He hit me up after you tagged me on a post from being on the podcast last week, and he asked me if I want to do some murals, and I had
It may have been when I shared the monster.
something like that. Yeah, because he contacted me through themonsters.art page, and yeah, we talked and connected about it, and I went over and did a couple murals. I did one on Friday, and I did one on, I think I talked to him on like Thursday. One on Friday, one on Saturday. Yeah, I haven't worked with spray paint that much, but I have like, yeah, being born white and male, I have like a lot of confidence, you know? Just society just like handed me more than I needed.
I know, I'm jealous.
So I just kind of decided I could do it.
Superior
And
race.
it turned out,
So
his
he gets
words, not mine.
uncomfortable.
No, it's just,
just
it's,
saying,
I've never,
I'm a big fan.
it's just when somebody says something you're about to say before you say it, you know?
It's like, yeah.
Right.
Duh.
Me and you.
Um,
Me and you.
Nah, bro, we're both Caucasian. You know that.
I'm Pacific Islander, actually.
Yeah. I'm Alaskan
joke.
Inuit. That's what we were talking about last time.
You're Inuit.
Yeah, because you know when you had to take like standardized tests in school and they always made you put down like what race you were? I realized way too late that I wasted a huge opportunity by putting down like Caucasian white.
Yeah.
I could just put down that I was like Filipino or Pacific
some
Islander or something like that.
benefits,
Yeah, and
something
gotten like
brown.
college like benefits towards college. Because nobody ever came and was like, wait a second. Like,
no,
you're not Alaskan Inuit, you fuck. And they're like, you're denied from
questions it.
brown. Yeah, and you're like I could have gotten an extra like 2 points on my ACT or something if I'd just been
free.
like, yeah, I'm Bengali or something, you know? Because they were never gonna check, and then they can't really say shit to you anyway, you know? Like,
Because we're in like 2022. Yeah,
yeah, we're
for
gonna
sure.
do it. Well, I mean, I went to high
They
school a
never
few
had
years
that.
before this, before things got so woke.
Yeah.
But I totally blew it, and I realized that way too late. And for some reason, Pacific Islander is the one I think is the funniest to say. It's just
Has the most
Pacific
syllables.
Islander. It's just so there's something about it. It's got a lot of good. It's got a nice crunchy sound to
People
it.
that are from the Pacific Islands, they probably
Well,
don't
it
like
has
it.
a little
Yeah,
zhuzh.
yeah.
Guys are like, what the fuck?
Has a little zhuzh.
Yeah,
A little zhuzh.
Zhuzh. Lil Zhuzh.
pizzazz.
Oh, the new album, Pacific Islander, the new album by Lil Zhuzh. Hey, have you heard my
Zhuzh.
mixtape?
That's your rapper name?
Yeah, have you heard my-
Per use.
Yeah.
I would zhuzh. I would ZH.
Start off the same as the ending of use.
I
UZH.
think it's actually Jeuge.
Oh, it's a thing. It's a
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a portmanteau or something. It's like a French word
Have to
that's
look that
like
shit up.
used in English. Anyway, I did pretty good on my ACT without being Pacific Islander. It would have helped. It would have been cool.
But you had, more resources because you're white.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Totally.
dude. They come around and they knock on. They come. Well, you
give
don't
you
know
the
about
answers. They
this,
give you
but
the-
they come. Yeah, they come to your
The
house.
secret meetings.
Yeah. There's a whole team of the city council, and they just
Listen,
send a bunch
Karen.
of they send a bunch of college professors and investment bankers, and they just come over to your house and they massage you and they tell you all the answers
They groom
to your
you.
standardized
Yeah.
tests. Yeah.
Groom and they rehearse it. Act natural. Don't act like you know. But
Yeah.
And then
You
the
guys wouldn't know about all that.
then
I'm
they
giving
suck you
away
off.
some. I'm giving away some pretty
Next
We're not
thing you know,
supposed to-
deep state
You're trying to
secrets here.
expose
next
it.
thing you know, you're on Epstein Island, just like in a random house.
Oh, Epstein Island. Oh my God, my 13th birthday was the shit.
That's the only way you can come now. If he's on that island.
Hey man.
It has to be an island. Pacific Island.
Yeah, Pacific Island. It all comes back to the Pacific
circle,
Islands,
full
where it
circle.
all
I mean,
started.
so, even
Yeah,
though
in the Pacific Islands.
Take me back.
So anyway, yeah, I painted a couple murals. It was pretty cool. It was pretty dope. I might do one more before I go. I got to see what my
Oh, yeah.
spray paint's looking like because I don't want to buy anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you already
Trying to make
bought
it
a bunch of
last.
stuff and then you don't want to buy any
Be
more
efficient,
stuff.
economical.
You know?
Yeah.
Pretty
Fine,
much.
easy.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
got to figure that out.
And it dries, right? Like spray paint over time, it's not. As
Yeah, but I
good,
mean,
right?
not
Well, 'cause you
not
cut
like
it
all
back.
that. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't want to paint
Yeah. You don't want to be
myself
known
as like a real expert on spray paint. I've really only worked with it. I've really only worked with it a few times. I did graffiti in college.
Don't put me in that
I got
box.
I got arrested back in the day for
Holy
doing
shit.
graffiti, and they really fucked me.
It's edgy.
So yeah, white people shit. So then I stopped. Because
Yeah,
they gave me a thing where if I got caught again, I had a 2-year probation period. And if I got
Yeah.
caught again, they were going to send me to jail for 6 months. And that just didn't sound that cool. You know,
It's
I had
not.
stuff
Usually
going
doesn't.
That was
on.
me with shoplifting.
I was like a
stopped
student, yeah.
Fucking cold turkey after years
Yeah.
of shoplifting. They caught me once. Oh,
I
I went to jail.
shoplift like crazy, but only at the airport.
holy shit. that's
They're
even
just
harder.
they're so.
It's easier?
The airport's a weird place because they're just so audacious. They'll just put like a little kiosk like halfway out into like
Yeah.
the concourse,
These are
and then there's
big.
like no shopkeepers, and then they
These are
sell
big.
like a bag of like fucking sour cream potato chips for like $8.50 for like the little bag,
Half
and they're
of
like
it
such
air.
audacity. Yeah, like fuck
You're
you
doing the
guys.
Lord's work.
But there's also this thing where nobody's
doing the
paying
Lord's
paying attention to you because everybody's like on
They're,
their
like,
way
Like
somewhere.
moving so
Yeah.
fast and
I have
shit.
taken crazy shit. I took a bottle of. This is satire.
Against-
I took a bottle of Macallan fucking 12 from the Dallas airport.
What's that?
It's a
like
scotch.
liquor?
It's like
Oh.
a $85, like $90 bottle
good
of
shit.
scotch. Yeah, because they
You
had
just,
the,
like-
they had this huge bar. And I'm not, I don't know how visual you are, but they had this big bar area, and then it was stacked. It had bottles like all over it, like up 20 feet up in the air. And then down there was like another restaurant. They're kind of connected.
Yeah.
So all the restaurant people were facing that way, all the bar people were facing that way, and then all these bottles that come down like to this height. And there's just like
Perfect
a
height.
divider, like where they can't see you. And I was just like,
Just asking for it.
the fuck is this? So I just like took it and put it in my backpack.
Oh, in the backpack.
Yeah.
Because I was about to say.
It's
before
super
you-
easy. Yeah.
You're traveling, so you already have some.
Oh my god.
backpacks
Yeah,
and shit.
but it's addicting. The problem with stuff like that is
Well,
once
it
you
is.
get like something, you're like,
got a
oh, I
taste
could
for
have gotten
blood.
so much more.
You get a taste for blood.
Yeah, you're like, I could have gotten all this other shit. Yeah,
That's
but
where you fuck yourself.
yeah, you gotta be
Well,
happy.
that's-
You'll be
well,
happy.
when I
with
got
what's
caught because I was
stolen.
getting greedy.
Yeah.
And I was just shoving shit in my pants, and some customer saw me. I was like, I don't give a fuck. And she went and snitched on me. She snitched on me.
Wow,
And that's how they got me, dog.
Hardcore.
It was like years of just.
this
Fucking Karens.
bitter
Yeah.
enmity, jealousy.
I broke my own rule that day. It was just never shoplift like drunk.
Hmm.
And I was already a couple 40s deep. And that's when I broke my own rule and they caught me.
That's rough. Where did you shop it from?
When they caught me, it was at Bassett.
That's
there. It comes full circle. I was there watching the movie today.
Pokemon cards. We stealing.
Pokemon cards, coasters. No, CDs. That day was CDs.
Yeah, Sheryl Crow. You know,
Dude, all my CD collection was stolen or Columbian warehouse. Yeah. But they got me. I was just, wait a minute, bro. But a customer this time, and yeah. But it was a good thing because I stopped.
That's fucked up. No, that's real. That's kind of. What was it like? This was like, I don't know, like what kind of store was this?
A CD store.
What's it?
A CD store.
Oh, right. Yeah, like a CD store. But like I'm talking about, it's not like a mom and pop thing, or it's like
no, it's
like
a mall. No, it was like a chain.
Yeah. That's some fucked up shit though. For somebody to be like, oh man, JC Penney's deserves better. They're like, you can't, you can't steal from my Dillard's or whatever. You're like, bitch, get the fuck.
In life, she chose that side.
Yeah, you're like,
that's fine.
I identify strongly with corporate mega stores. And
I think she just is against little douchebag kids that are just.
How old are you?
17.
Oh, that's fine. You should. I think you should steal things when you're 17.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
I stole a lot.
Or you should get in as much fucking
It's like
trouble
a
as you
rite of
can.
passage.
But it was a good
Before you're
thing because
18.
that made me stop. Because going to jail is not fun.
Yeah.
And then that made me get a job because I had to pay fines. And then I never stopped working since. So I've been working since I was 18.
I don't know if that worked out well for you.
It did because I would still be out there.
Then I got a
shopping
job.
there.
Yeah.
No, but I'd still be stealing or something. I don't know. Because that's. I hate work. So I probably, but still, it'd mean a lot of jail time is my point. And I'm not down. Or figuring out a way to stay out. But
well, you just got to get into like stock stockbroker. No, you just got to steal big. You got to steal bigger. The problem is you're stealing like little petty things. You have to steal gigantic things, and then you get cool. You get cool jail. Then jail is cool.
Yeah, you get to
go to cool ass jail. You
Myself
get to go to Wolf of Wall Street jail.
You got to get like Fed time. That's
Yeah,
those are the easier.
only way to go.
In the Pacific Islands. Oh, we've got a lovely luxury prison resort just for you. Yeah, you got to steal the right amount. You got to steal big.
Like 10,000 or more.
No, that's not even big enough. I'm talking like 150. You got to do Bernie Madoff stealing. You got to steal like millions
There's a
of
process
dollars.
to learn that shit.
Yeah,
but ultimately,
that's certainly true.
I got the job mostly because
you got out too young.
I got too young.
You missed out on your
Fucked up
potential.
your potential.
Yeah. This cryptocurrency NFT shit. This is the time, man.
Past it.
I might come back.
Could have gotten in the game. Man.
You never know.
So this fake
night is
internet
young.
bullshit.
The
Yeah.
night is young.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was mostly because I didn't want my grandma to have to pay my fucking fine, so I got a job. But anyways, nobody wants to know about that part.
That's true. Yeah.
Another story or no?
I have a lot of stories.
What have you been up to? I haven't seen you in a
I've
while.
been depressed.
Well, don't get too depressed.
Bring it down.
Yeah, I'm not into that. I'm gonna kind of vaguely
Unless you wanna
recap
wait
my
till-
year.
Go ahead.
Since
Since you were in the recap.
Yeah, I haven't listened to the
You're in
full
review.
recap. But I was like gonna
Just
do like
chill.
a short recap of my year.
I'll give you 2 minutes.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. So starting off last year, coming into 2021, which was last year, I was actually with you and Leslie at Leslie's house.
Oh,
Real
that's
cute.
right.
Brought in the New Year's with you guys. I
Forgot
still
about
had
that.
blue long hair. And then
Crazy.
the beginning of my year started off strong, like my hair. I had long, strong blue hair. I went to fucking Miami in April. I went to Vegas again in June or July.
Yeah, you traveled.
Or some shit like that. And I ended up going to Alabama in December, but it was sad and it wasn't like a nice trip that I had or wanted to go. But I had like a good year overall
traveled.
for the most part. I almost finished school. Fuck whatever happened with my school, but I was proud of myself for that because I really almost finished. And then like my year just took like a really dark, sad turn in December. But I'm here and
That's what we'll change the subject.
we're just gonna keep on trucking.
26 seconds.
Do I really?
I don't know.
Oh,
Listening to this asshole.
do I really?
That was good because she doesn't fall for shit
No,
very
it's
easily.
just the way I use my voice.
Yeah,
It's very hard to tell.
Because he's white, so you already got the conditioning on you. You're already listening to him just because he's white.
No, for reals, okay.
It works. I'm telling you, it's a superior race.
I don't listen
Kind of weird.
to white men. Sorry.
You did right now, really?
I believed him.
Well, I didn't ridicule you for it.
Okay, so quick break. But get your next story ready. If you have any adventures, I don't know if you do. Do you?
I do.
I got a story
Okay.
about white people being superior race.
Well, I mean,
Which is probably not a good way to
first let's talk
sell the
about-
story, but
No,
it's a funny story.
factual.
If I can tell it well, it's a good
well,
story.
I'm gonna highlight the product of the week if you're on video, and I'll post a picture. but I'm wearing it right now, guys. You know, Chucatan t-shirt. Buy it, order it. I'm gonna keep it short, but you guys know it's dope. It's Bush inspired, Bush logo. If you're watching, but I'll put. They've already seen it, but had to take a break for that.
Looks fresh, man.
And we're back.
Like Bush,
We're back.
look fresh like Bush beer. Cool, crisp.
The mountains.
Coors,
How are we gonna
say, like, the Mile
describe
High
this
shit.
fucking beer? It's crisp, like a piece of paper,
Like a brand new dollar bill.
like an autumn day.
Coors has the whole Mile High. That's
Like,
the difference between their beers is because they brew it up here, but then like they have other breweries as they got bigger, so you can't say that if you have a brewery in fucking Austin, Texas, it's not a Mile High. That's their claim to fame that they brew it a mile high. So
Yeah.
it's like, stop lying to us.
I don't know
big,
why that
big
would.
beer
I don't
But
really
it's in
know.
instead of big
Austin?
pharmas.
I don't
Big
know.
beer.
Beer.
I don't really know why that would
Correct.
impress anybody. They're like, oh yeah,
a
but how
mile high.
high up did you brew your
Oh,
beer?
really?
Yeah,
many miles above sea
it's
level?
3 stories. Oh shit! Yeah, I'll take it 12.
Small batch. That's another
Yeah.
bragging. thing.
I don't know. People are just weird. I wish there was more honesty in selling things. Like I was kind of saying this recently. I made a tweet that was I felt underappreciated about how it's like
That's how I feel about all my
the
tweets.
film. Yeah, straight up, man. The film industry is like a coke dealer. You know what I mean? Like the TV, like they'll like corner you and they'll be like, "This movie is the #1 movie in America." Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. This shit is the #1 new movie in America.
I
You're
need
like,
him
Yo,
to
man, just
narrate-
fucking give me the just give me Spider-Man and let me get out of the bathroom.
world.
Like, yeah.
I need him
Yeah.
to narrate my life.
I know, right? Just in the back.
Yeah.
Candace, you're fucking up again.
Basically, this is
Candace
crazy
is
shit.
back on
What's
her
your-
hood rat
But
shit.
nobody can ever just be like, yo, this shit is really average and you're going to still buy it. And you're like, yeah, no, I know.
would
That's
respect that
why we're
more.
talking to each other.
No.
But everything's like, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened,
The king of
ever and
beers.
ever. They're like, or like ads for phones. They're like, what do you do once you've written all the rules? You break them by buying the
over.
next phone that does the same shit your phone
changing
does.
the
Yeah.
world.
This camera is, there's this, Norm MacDonald has this great bit. He's like, I want to take a picture. So I grab my telephone.
That's no
Like,
McDonald's.
fuck that shit, man. I don't know. I just wish there was more like candid, like honesty about stuff. Be like, hey, I tried. We tried, okay? There was a time limit and we did it.
Apparently
and
that
here it
goes-
is. And we hope you like it, but we know it's not the best.
Apparently that's the worst way to generate sales.
Yeah.
Random. That's why they do it.
honesty. Yeah. It's fucking horrible.
Honesty is like the worst way to sell things.
It's
apparently.
horrible. Yeah, I know.
Can I take? Okay, I'm gonna segui.
Segui.
I'm gonna segui my
Yeah.
way into my story.
Yes, please.
Because it's about honesty, bro.
That's Candace and
It's
honesty.
about you lying to
It's not
somebody.
oxymoron.
No, I
Oh,
didn't
okay.
lie, but I was a little too honest. I'm not even gonna lie. I was a little too honest. So I found the new love of my life, guys. As everybody remembers, I had just
three of
lost
them.
the last love of my life because whatever, right? So I found a new one. But I was too honest with him. I literally told him,
That's what time you love him within the first 3 minutes.
no. I did tell him I fall in love within 3 hours. I told him about like 3 of the other loves of my life. One of which he knows. Actually, he knows all of them. I'm not gonna lie.
Nice.
But I told him about that, and then I told him, I need you to go drop me off because this other dude's gonna come see me.
Oh my God.
But then like come back for me later, and he was like, "Bitch, what the fuck?"
I'm breaking the fourth wall right now.
He was like, "Bro, what the fuck?" So he did it. He dropped me off. He's like, "You're good,
Like a
whatever."
gentleman should.
Right. I was like, "Fuck, I fucked up. I shouldn't have gone." Mind
But you
you,
pride yourself on that shit.
mind
You
you,
get a kick out of it.
this other dude, I was fucking geeking the whole time. The other dude fucking leaves me hanging, like, bro. And I was like, that's what the fuck I get. I was like, that's what the fuck I get. So I totally was like toxic and flipped it and manipulated my way into him coming back for me. And then I spent 3 days with him and it was great. That's the new love of my life. Here we are.
Because he dropped you.
Because he dropped me off and then he picked me back up.
Yeah, it's
like,
That would be the love of my life.
5-star Uber ride.
That translates into love of my life.
yeah.
I don't blame you.
All right.
I love being worshipped and adored as well. But they're not the lows of my life. As a matter of fact, because that turns into more like, with me, I appreciate it, but
Stalker
it's like,
obsession?
no, it's like, you can't take a girl seriously that just adores you or worships, but you keep them around.
Because it's
I don't lie to them though.
Well, I mean, I guess in your case, like, whereas for me, I'm very much worth being like worshipped and adored, so I can take a woman
I never
seriously.
said I wasn't
because-
right.
no, I know. I'm saying you're not.
Oh, that's true.
That was the joke I was making.
Okay,
Is
that's a
like
good joke,
you're
that's a
like
good
I
joke.
can't take this
That's a good
woman
joke, that's a good
seriously
joke.
if she's gonna like me.
The delivery of the joke.
But I'm
wasn't
just
on
teasing
point,
you,
though.
man.
The
You're
delivery-
lovable. You're a big old Care Bear.
Well, it's a good joke. But
Yeah, I
the
thought
delivery
so
was not,
too.
It's not your best work. But
All right.
he's got some good. He's got
Fair
some
enough.
gems.
No, I was talking to some lady. I got a taco last night while I was like at the bar, and this lady that was there was being really. I wasn't very happy with this interaction. She was being really like mean and confrontational, which also kind of works for me, and is like it was a little bit hot.
Intriguing.
It was a little hot, yeah. But at one point, I said to her, I had this line. I said, I was like, "Wow, you're really confident for somebody that looks like you." And she like loved that. She thought that was amazing.
I would be so mad if somebody said that.
No,
to
it's just
me.
the way. Just like, wow, yeah. I was such a. I was
Was
so.
she attractive or no?
She was cute. I mean, she was like, looks like what?
Well, it makes
Beautiful?
it-
And I was like, yeah. Beautiful.
That makes it funny when they are attractive, but you're talking to them like they're not. Like,
Yeah.
it fucks with their head even more. They're used to
Yeah.
getting praise all the time.
It's called negging, and it's
Oh yeah.
it's
Tell them about the
bullshit,
time
yeah.
I made you
Me?
say the N word almost.
I'm on me. Oh yeah.
I brought up negging, and I told her,
Yeah.
what do you call somebody that negs? And she wasn't thinking, and she said,
I said it. I said
but
it.
she wasn't trying to.
Oh yeah.
Neg.
Now explain what's funny about that.
It's funny because she wasn't
He's
thinking
like,
about
let's
it.
No, I
talk
know.
about it.
And she says, like, hey, take it easy. It's fine. And she's like, oh, shit.
Wait.
Take it easy. It's not that
Yeah.
kind of podcast, dude. See, that's just where he gets a little, now he's like correcting himself.
Eh.
He's getting, making sure he's back on track. Not getting too, inappropriate.
Look at him feeling insecure about his racial humor because I'm staring at him, not laughing about it. Trying to
she's
make
laughing.
it. But look at her. She's gonna laugh no matter what. Trying to make it like it's about me. I'm just here, man. You're the one that has to deal with what you say.
Well, we're just talking.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I did. You pointed the lens on me. I just flipped it back at you, man. We're good.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries.
But it does feel
But
weird.
yes, I'm extremely uncomfortable right now.
Tell your story about what?
Okay,
why
so
you-
I haven't like told this story like start to finish in a while, so I want to make sure that I like do a good job of it. But I was living on this beach in Mexico for a little bit, and I was there. So I was in Mexico with the woman I was dating, and our relationship was like on the rocks, and we basically were like, okay, we need to break up. But she couldn't fly back to the U.S. for like a couple weeks because it was crazy expensive. So we were like, okay, like let's just fuck off to the beach and like chill there for a while. So on the beach, it was pretty cool. We had a good time, and we were just like smoking a bunch of hash and like chilling around. And for the last 3 days we were together, we got like a really nice hotel room, like $100 a night spot, which in Mexico on the beach is like a super fly joint. Like we could see like fucking humpback whales like jumping in the straight up like fucking breeze
Dolphins
jumping.
delivering babies.
Yeah, pretty much. The Pacific Islands are just over the
That's right
horizon.
there. Almost reach out and grab it.
No, so this woman was she was a dominatrix.
Nice.
Goals as fuck.
Yeah, it's just a phase women go through. As far as I've experienced, they're all as far as I know, like every woman was a dominant. Like they found some dude on Craigslist one time and like stomped on his balls for $200,
Now I'm a
and then they were dominatrix. Yeah, she was like a little bit more into it, but I wasn't really like.
She's a little more seasoned.
I'm just not that in like leather and sex just isn't like my thing, you know.
That's all,
That doesn't sound like a good combo.
I didn't really like it. Yeah, hey, you want some cold metal on your body while we fuck? And they're like,
Oh.
nah, not really.
I'm
It
good.
it wasn't really for me. I'm not really into like the extreme dominance thing. But so she was into it, but for her, she did it as like a non-sexual form of it. And she always wanted me to like see her do it because she was like, this is something I'm really interested in. I think I have like a talent for it. So
She's an artist.
yeah, exactly. So that's the whole thing, man. So we're on the beach and like, it's like the last day and we're chilling down on the beach and we needed to get some hash to like smoke. So we ended up talking to some dude because there's always like some dudes that want to like sell you something or like hook you up, you know, to get money and hustle.
For sure.
And so this one dude was talking to us and he said he could get us hash and we were like, oh, that's cool. And then he was telling us this thing about how he was like, he had a grant from some like film school down in like Mexico or some shit, like Puerto Escondido or Hualtuco. I don't really remember, but
God bless you.
yeah, thanks, man. So he like asked us. He was like, I'm trying to get like like white American people to be like actors in it, because I want it to be about like the class divide of like how like white people were like, you know, your culture is so wealthy and like our culture is really poor. He was kind of telling us about it, and we were like, yeah, like we're not really doing anything with our day. So I think
I got any plans.
my girl was like more interested in talking to him than I was. I was kind of like, let's just like get hash and not talk to this guy. Anyway, so we go over, he gets us a hash, which is cool. And then we go to like his house, which is nearby, and we're just chilling and talking. And he's like describing to us the idea of what he wants to do. And there's this whole thing where he wanted us to like use him as a table and like eat off of him and act like we were like royalty or like business people or something like that. Yeah, no. And then so she like lights up and she like realizes she's like,
yeah.
have
I've
you
been
ever?
waiting for this my whole
She's
life.
like, como se dice? No, she's like, have you ever? Yeah, she's like, have you ever had like a dominatrix session or something like that? At this point, I'm like more or less not really interested in like this interaction or everything that's going on.
He's all rolling up the house.
Yeah. I'm just like chilling in a hammock, and she's like really hype, and they're doing this thing, and then she asks me, she's like, can we like take this guy back to our hotel and I'm gonna like dominate him? And I was just like, yeah, whatever. I was like, I could tell this is like important for you, and I like kind of don't care, and it'll be like funny. This will be like interesting to watch or something.
One day I'll be on a podcast.
Yeah. So this guy takes, he's got like his little motorbike or whatever, and the three of us like go ride back up to our hotel room. And the thing is, it's like a small ass beach town, so like this dude lives there, and everybody knows everybody there, and he's like deeply worried that somebody's gonna like see any of this happening. He's like very, very scared. Yeah. Because we also had this. So anyway, I'll get into it a little bit. Yeah. So we set up, and like he kind of had some stuff he wanted her to do, but she just took over, and she like tied him up a bit. He had his like underwear on the whole time, but he was like shirtless, and she like tied him up and like fucked with him. And I just like sat in a chair like on the patio. I was just like smoking and like I was like reading my book, and like because I didn't like totally care about this, but it was interesting to watch, but also it was kind of weird. You know, it was a strange thing to witness. Yeah. So I watched them do this, and she was actually, I have to say, she did have some pretty clever creative moments, because his whole thing, I think he had like a deep fetishization of like white culture and like a certain kind of like class dominance thing. He was like really into it, and he filmed it on like his iPhone. Really? He asked if he could film the thing, and so she did some stuff. She like smashed food with her feet, and he like licked it and like ate it off the floor. And he wanted to like kiss her feet, and she like wouldn't let him do that, because she didn't actually want to have it be like sexual or like intimate for her end at all. But she did this one thing. For some reason, there was an American flag like in the room.
Even better.
And
ironically,
she took the flag. She made him make her lunch, and then she took the flag, had him kneel on the floor, and she put it on his back and ate like off his back.
Oh my
and
God.
I was like, okay. I was like, that was a pretty like solid improv.
That's
like
dope.
That was a good move.
Like
and they had this whole session. This whole thing went on for like an hour and 15 minutes or something.
Damn.
And
That's
then
a long time.
I know. I was like, like I said, I like read my book. I was reading.
You finished it?
I was reading
I'm gonna go for a walk.
I was reading a very interesting book. Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna go over here for a while.
I'm gonna take a nap.
Well, she was having fun, whatever. And so the last thing that happened was we had this like very beautiful like circular bathtub, and she just took him in there, and she had him like blindfolded, I think, at this point, and she put him in the tub, and then she just stood up and just like pissed all over this guy. Nice. And I watched that, and I was just like, this shit is ridiculous. I was like, what the hell is going, like, what the fuck am I doing?
Well, she was fully into that.
Oh yeah. But afterwards, it was really, there was a couple things that were really funny, and one of them was that like there was a light bulb in our room that was like fucked up, so like the maintenance guys had to change it, and that dude was in there in his underwear, and like the people came, and he was like so panicked, like running around trying to like figure out what to do, and he's like gonna be caught, and we're just like, we're both just like, dude, we don't like, live your life, bro. Yeah, live your truth, man.
Small town though.
It was so funny.
Live your truth.
Anyways, this dude afterwards, he was like promising her that he was gonna like give her land and like build her this like little house and stuff.
Dog.
I know, and she's like, I'm literally never gonna talk to this guy again.
You're brown,
bro.
And then,
I would have taken the land. What the fuck,
dude? I know. I was kind of like, yeah.
Bullshit,
So he kind of like he filmed the whole thing on his iPhone. He left, and I was like, yeah, that dude's got.
It was supposed to be like
I was like, yeah, that
study.
guy's got a grant from the fucking.
You know what I'm
film
saying?
school.
Yeah,
You're
obviously
like,
bullshit.
what the fuck is that guy talking about? I was like,
I'm surprised she let him
He's a
record it.
creep. Yeah, I don't know. She was
Because
just.
that's like, no, he has this
Yeah, it was
property. That's a big deal.
experiential thing.
It's on the dark web somewhere.
But he's on it too.
Yeah. So anyway, that was fucking hilarious. And I never really, I saw that guy one more time because I stayed there.
you
So,
saw him again?
so we broke up.
They got
Awkward.
lunch
Well,
together.
So, yeah. I
We
pissed
went to
all over him.
We
Yeah.
caught a matinee.
Nah, he like I ended
pissed on him
up
too.
I ended up staying in the town because I got hired by a hotel to paint a mural in the next town over, and so I ended up living at that hotel for 3 months, and I was around for a while. And these towns like right next to each other, and so there's one day this dude's like on his like dirt bike, and he sees me, and he's like, "Oh, do you have that girl's email address?" And I was just like, "Nah, bro, I don't talk to her."
You got the video and
was
everything,
it.
but you don't have the email.
That was it. It was just like I was like, "This motherfucker, like get out of here, man."
Let me ask you a weird question. Did you watch the peeing happen?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Of course.
How can I not? You're like,
just
hey,
asking.
if she was like, hey, do you want to watch me tie this guy up blindfold and piss
well,
on him? And you'd be
I'm
like,
just asking.
yeah, of course. Like,
Because there's
what
a
else am I
follow-up
doing?
question.
Nobody,
Yeah.
nobody else is
Well,
gonna
yeah.
ask me that. So it's like,
Now,
hell yeah.
did you go to watch, or were you invited to watch?
I was
Hey, random,
invited
check
to
this out.
watch.
Okay.
I was invited to watch. There was an interesting dynamic because
That's
this
what I'm
guy
asking.
was being totally submissive and subordinate to her and like worshiping her, and I was like the dude that's like, yeah, I'm breaking up with this bitch. I was like, yeah, you go for it, man. I had it. I'm good.
You
Like,
Different
got it.
spot.
Peace
different
out,
sides of
man.
the
Yeah,
spectrum there.
yeah, it's not that great. And I didn't even have a pee on me. Yeah.
Well, I'm curious about, because I don't know much about the female anatomy, because
Because
women
of all
hate me.
the gay
Women
sex
hate me and
that
the gay
you-
shit.
Yeah.
But
The gay
if
shit.
when a girl pees on a guy,
Yeah.
is it like the ass facing him, or how does that work?
No, it just kind of like arcs
I
a
think
little
I
bit
would very
down from
much
the front.
manly pee on a dude.
Yeah,
like
you
I
just
would stand
stand.
up.
You have to
Yeah.
put your back up, or you have to be right over.
No, you
him.
can stand.
Hover
You can
over.
stand. It goes forward. When women
I
pee,
got
it goes
like
forward a
yeah,
little
yeah,
bit.
you got a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of.
This isn't the first.
thrust.
This is not the first time I've watched a woman pee. This is,
Well,
mind you,
why-
first time I've
like
watched a
sitting
woman
down.
pee. Yeah, my Google search history, my incognito mode, bro. You would not.
Incognito as fuck.
Yeah. It shit's like Howard Hughes' bedroom.
Have you seen there was like
He saved his pee. I don't know if he was gonna get that joke. Howard Hughes was
Howard-
the
oh, yeah,
billionaire
he's
that
a
saved all his pee.
OCD
in
guy.
jars. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, just when that was a deep cut.
I missed it. In
Yeah.
my brain, I
okay.
heard Howard Stern.
Yeah, whatever.
Good joke.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
I like how you brought it back. Hey, just to
Yeah,
make
yeah.
sure you guys didn't miss it.
Yeah. it was
Just letting you know.
Well,
It's a Jesus move.
the rhythm was
very
there.
much, very
You guys
much
missed
so.
the damn joke.
Very much
I have
so.
to repeat it.
The rhythm was there to get
That
the
was- that was a
laugh,
good one.
but
That
I
was a
just
good one.
wanted to.
That was a good one.
Anyway, moving right along.
In the movie, awesome movie as well.
Yeah.
Leonardo
The
DiCaprio.
Aviator. Yeah.
Yeah. That's actually a great movie. Fucking, what was I gonna say? There was a video that went viral. Some chick in a band that peed on the guy on stage. This is recent.
Tight.
Somewhat recent. Did you hear about that shit?
No.
Yeah, it's like she turns out to be kind of hot, but she's performing.
Like mid show, she just pisses
Well,
on
she
you.
has-
Surprise
to-
twist.
Yeah.
She was kind of hot.
Her hair bugs me the fuck out, which is weird for a bald guy. But she because the whole the stream of it all, the way she was positioned was, it made more sense there. But if you watch the video, listeners, if you look it up, she's performing, but I guess she has to pee at some point, and she doesn't want to leave the show. It's mid show.
Yeah.
She's like, "Hey guys, I gotta piss. Who wants to get peed on?" And some guy in the front's all me. And he gets on stage and just lies down, and she literally pulls her pants down and just like squats over and just. It looks like she's joking, but no. All of a sudden, you see this stream of piss, and then
Yeah, Taylor Swift concerts are crazy. She goes hard.
that's the OnlyFans.
What happened, man?
Taylor Swift
She's
Swift
the-
OnlyFans gets crazy.
Be a childish
I
folk
know,
singer.
she used to
Yeah,
be a
just
Christian.
shitting on grown men. And
Dude.
imagine
look
buying
it
a
up.
front row ticket to a concert.
Imagine being the
and
bitch
leaving
next
covered
no.
in pee.
Imagine
Yeah.
being the bitch next to that dude and
Yeah.
you're like, bro, I didn't
Yes.
fucking ask for this.
Yeah,
Like,
I would start a fight with
Yeah,
him,
no.
get
I
kicked
mean-
out. Yeah,
I mean, the guys that were in the front, I'm sure, because she's hot, they're fine. But
yeah.
But
whole
why would you
time
do
she
that,
just
though?
eats like a bunch of
But
asparagus.
this made her, but this made her like famous because apparently she's like an influencer in her little town or whatever. She has videos, cooking videos, and all. But she got famous off this pee shit. But
Yeah, it
Bitches
seems
are
like she
different.
wasted her fucking time with
just-
all that other stuff.
Right?
Yeah,
stop this music stuff.
Her
Stop
claim
peeing
to
on me.
fame
Yeah.
whole time
That's what I'm
was
trying to tell her.
Yeah,
Get the
yeah.
lips going. No, but it's weird how what people get known for. But I'm just fascinated by urine angles and projection and trajectory stuff like that.
Of course,
I've
of
been
course.
writing a book about it.
as we all
my
are.
lifelong my lifelong work research.
A memoir.
passion.
Yeah,
It's a passion project.
geometry you solve for
It
pee.
is geometry. feet.
When
instead
Jesus
of
dies,
five.
it's just gonna be like a thick ass fucking
Yeah, it turns out that this was not a joke. This is like
leather-bound book.
a very
Why you guys
serious
laughing?
like admission
Come on,
to
why you
us
guys
right
laughing?
now. He's like
Years later, we're gonna come back to this
a
episode
chronicle.
right here.
Yeah.
I was testing to see if you laugh or not. Since you're laughing, I'm not gonna do it anymore.
It's a leather-bound
Fuck
these
book,
guys.
He's very ashamed.
brined and piss.
Yeah. Anyway, that was my story.
Good story. This guy.
was a
That's
good
why
story.
we bring him on.
Yeah, I
He's
got a few of those.
stories.
I just sort of like
He said,
end
"I got
up-
a few
I
of
just
those."
end up in situations because I'm very like kind of laid back, and so weird people will get comfortable around me, and I'll just let them do weird
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, if I'm uncomfortable, I'm very like assertive about it. But like, if somebody says some crazy shit, or they're like, "Hey, you want to watch me piss on this guy?" Then I'm like, "Yeah,
Dude,
sure."
speaking of getting yourself into fucking weird situations. So I hang out with this dude, right? And only me, because of course I love this shit, right? I'm hanging out with this dude. I go to his house. We're drinking, smoking. I get super, super tired. He lives super far from where I live, like complete opposite side of town. So I get super tired and I'm like, I'm just gonna stay here. Like, you just take me home in the morning, whatever. And he's like, all right, cool. So we're asleep. Like, nothing happens. It's whatever. Real cute. Bro, I shit you not. This is the first time I like hang out with this man. This is the first time like we're like, and everything's cool. We're vibing. Like, everything's going good. I'm like mad that I didn't hang out with him before. 4 a.m.
Sorry,
Can you
this
come
is-
outside and talk to us? We have a warrant for your arrest. I was
fuck
like,
that.
bro, ain't no fucking way.
This is recent?
This is like
Yesterday?
within the last. This was like within the last like 4 or 5 days,
Also, didn't have to knock that hard.
dude.
I like it.
They're like trying to fucking open his door, taking off screens, and I'm like,
What'd you do?
I'm sitting there like, yo, what the fuck? And I'm like,
Jump out the window.
in my head, I'm like, dude, this would happen. This would only me. This would happen to me.
Not only, but people like you, of your ilk.
Exactly. So I'm like, bro, this man's talking to them through the door, not opening the fucking
Doesn't
door.
sound guilty at all.
I'm like, bro. I'm like, okay, my homegirl lives down the street. I'm gonna Uber to her house. Like, I don't even know this man for real. Like, I was already like thinking of like exit strategies. Like, I don't even know this man's name, officer. Like, I just came here tonight. Like,
He'd be like, "Oh, that dude used to live here.
Yeah.
I just moved in.
think
He
you
moved to
drugged
the
me. No, I think you drugged
he
me.
moved to Las Cruces. Yeah,
dude. So then they leave, right? They leave.
Yeah, what year is this?
they left.
Yeah.
He was just like, nah, and they're like,
Yeah.
fuck,
basically.
Sometimes
yeah.
that works.
He can say no.
Sometimes that works.
Oh, that's
He
good.
said
You
if
need
you
a
had,
warrant.
I definitely would not have opened the
'cause they
door
were-
either. Yeah.
they were saying I have a warrant. He said, bro, he told me, he said,
Yeah,
yo, if they
yeah.
really have a warrant, they'll
They'll
knock that
break the
shit
door
down.
down.
Yeah. He said they don't got shit.
He's
They're
like,
not-
don't worry about it. If they really have a warrant, they'll come in
fine.
shooting. It's
Yeah.
fine.
No, and we
Couple
looked on the
bullets.
Relax,
cameras.
yeah.
We looked on the cameras
this.
outside. They had rifles. They had the vests and everything.
Holy
I was
shit.
like, oh shit.
That's a waste of tax dollars.
He just like turns on the TV. He's like, puts on some Netflix. It's like, chill out.
literally.
Yeah,
Are you all caught up on
yeah. Saying
Vikings?
shit. Yeah.
They left. I rolled up a blunt. I smoked. We went back to sleep.
You know, you were mad turned on by that shit.
That's the new love of my life. I'm in love with this man now, bro.
You see how he stood up to the cops? Hey, but am I wrong in thinking that that's a waste of tax dollars?
No,
Don't
that's
come with
completely
rifles and all kinds of shit
unnecessary.
if you don't have a warrant.
That was completely
Like,
unnecessary.
have the warrant before you do all that shit. That's crazy. But that's good.
I
Only
mean,
me,
you know,
dude. Only fucking me.
props to them for trying.
They tried.
I guess.
Yeah, E for
Can't-
effort.
Yeah, you
E for
can't. can't knock the effort.
That's my favorite Jay-Z song. Yeah. Can't knock the house on
We get me.
No, I got it. Everybody knows Jay-Z. Not everybody knows Howard Hughes.
I know Howard Hughes. I just heard Howard Stern for some reason.
Yeah, Jay-Z also collects his pee.
Jay-Z collects Beyonce's pee.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Dude, oh my God.
PNFT.
yeah.
This guy it wasn't me. It was shout out to Paris. Paris
was
had
that?
some guy that was like texting her and he was trying to spell fiance.
Oh my God.
Bro.
Like Beyonce.
He spelled it
Feyonce.
Yeah, no, PH. He spelled
Oh
it with
my
a
God.
PH. It was,
Finance.
and it was literally PH
Foliage?
Beyonce.
God.
Like the way you spell Beyonce, but with
Oh
the
my
P.
God.
When I read it, I was
PHEYONC.
with the fucking thing
An accent over it?
Dude, I was so mad when I realized what this motherfucker was trying to say.
should
I
jump
was
him.
like, yo.
What the jump this guy?
And then his excuse was, I went to public school. school. Motherfucker, so did I.
Did she screenshot this shit?
Yeah, she had like sent
This is
it
a
to
fucking
me.
viral ass meme right here. Like,
Dude, I was so mad. I was like, yo, just block that man right now, please.
I mean, he might.
That's the love of her life, bro.
Hello, ML.
Dumbass motherfucker can't spell, but damn, can he
If you got some,
change a light bulb? I don't know.
he put a lot of passion into that spell.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's willing to break bread, if he's got some funds, then fuck it.
Dude,
There's a sucker born every minute.
no.
He might kill you though.
That
If he's a
was
street
fucking
guy.
hilarious. Fucking hilarious.
Oh, dude. And Leslie's here. She was there. She's a witness. We're going to talk about, I don't even want to say it was close to a fight, but there's an interaction at Leslie's crib.
With you involving you,
Yeah.
of course.
And it's a long story, but I'm just going to skip to. So it's like Leslie has, a board game night. A couple of her homies that I don't know that well. And then another person shows up. I'm keeping some names out of this shit. But it was a crazy night, dude, because we were just getting hammered. One of the chicks that was there does not like me because I guess she's used to being the one that runs shit, and she senses my energy, so automatically just hates me. This other person comes in. I was just like the public enemy number one. But I'm in my best friend's crib, so I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I get a pass.
VIP in this bitch.
Yeah.
Who the fuck invited you?
Yeah, who are you guys?
Same person. We're all here.
I think
yeah.
I even said that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm here to hang out with my friend. I don't know.
Fuck y'all.
You guys are, I'm going to keep making these inappropriate jokes all day. So,
She doesn't even go here.
yeah. But Leslie's nice, so
Oh my God.
she's not a fucking, she's
He's
playing
annoying.
neutral. Chew some gum now. Real slow. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Anyway, the next product we have to advertise tonight.
It's literally gonna
Yeah.
gross me out. So.
That was crazy.
Oh, sorry.
That reminds me of Rick when he.
Too far.
But fucking this dude, he's a buddy. He's an acquaintance of mine. We've partied before. I think he was trying to impress the other girl because he could tell that she was going in on me, and he was drunk.
He wanted to be like a Captain Save-A-Ho with
Yeah.
her, like.
Because we're not
I
besties.
got you, girl.
Girls are always impressed when you shit on your friends. That's the thing. They
Well,
like
we're
the
not
most.
friends like that, but
Oh,
I mean, we've partied a couple.
Yeah.
We have mutual friends. I know.
Vibes.
Yeah.
Vibes.
But pussy's men's weakness. You know what I'm saying? Most men. So not mine.
Yeah.
But
Because of all the gay stuff.
yeah, exactly. If it's a dick, if she had a dick, that's a different story.
Maybe she did. Did you ask?
I should have
Maybe
asked.
that's why she didn't
I was
like
about
you.
to say.
Yeah.
She was flirting with
Excuse
was
me.
building up to it.
I couldn't help but wonder.
Well, she couldn't handle the fucking incest jokes I was making, so I'm not gonna about to ask her if she has a dick. I'm not even going.
Yeah.
But this dude, I made a racial joke, and then this guy, he decides that's his.
Oh,
line.
the combo. Yeah.
Yeah, I hit him with the two.
The incest didn't work, so I switched to the racial
Yeah.
stuff, and it all went down from
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
But
Just as I planned.
this is not. But this isn't like he's a piece of shit like me. Like this
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
somebody that's like a moral dude. Like, but he decides that's where he's gonna get offended, and he's like, trying to correct. Hey, what the fuck, man? That's not cool. But he's doing to impress this chick, I think. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Again, I'm protected by. I'm here in Leslie's crib. I don't know who you guys are.
She's real tough looking.
Exactly.
I have blanket immunity.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I know.
no defense at all. But I still got the blanket immunity. But he and I'm just
I
like,
got the
oh.
booster.
I got the booster. It was the third one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, just in general, he's like getting all crazy. So, but it was like a really, hockey was like, it's not even my best material. But he gets so upset. I was like, oh, I don't care, dude.
Wait, what do you think would have happened if you used your best material?
The same.
What is your
the
best
same,
material?
The
What does
same
that-
outcome.
what does that mean?
Nothing.
Okay.
Which I'm getting at. Which is,
He just, like, bucked up
he
and
made a
then still
physical
didn't do
threat at me,
anything?
though. He said, if you say that shit again, I'm going to slap you silly. And then that's why I can't joke around anymore. When you make a physical threat, I have to get ready at the very minimum.
Uh-huh.
Because his tone was like,
Because I'm still going to say it, but I need it.
But he's being aggressive.
Be like, I'm gonna slap you, silly.
Yeah. And I
So you hit him back with that,
I will still
yeah.
talk like that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
how I
yeah.
draw them in.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
Come here, big boy.
I just put my pants down.
Yeah.
No, it just is like, and I'm all, you're gonna slap me. Well, now it's like, come on, bro. Seriously, well, slap me, then. Slap me. And of course he did. Oh, I'm just joking. This is, you were not joking. So I just, I squat. Don't worry about it, man. But, don't make physical threats. But joking around is one thing, but don't make physical threats because that's, at some point, who's being serious? I don't know. What if he comes at you? Luckily, my bodyguard was in between us. But yeah, point of the story is don't make racial jokes around strangers or, acquaintances.
Don't talk about Dave Chappelle in public. Yeah, I mean,
cool
also, everybody loves a good racial joke.
Well, they really do. Everybody makes them.
Yeah, it's true.
Semi-sarcastic,
No, I do. No, in my battles and stuff, I've gotten my last battle. This dude fucking called me racist for a whole round because I did a battle and I battled this a black dude in Albuquerque who's really popular there. And I've always found, because I grew up around a lot of black culture, that I found that in a lot of those situations, I get a lot more respect from like meeting it head on than being like, oh, I'm sorry, and trying to like tiptoe around it. So I said to this dude, which I've probably even said on this podcast before, but I thought they played it on the radio in Albuquerque. I was like, you guys are going to get me fucking canceled. But I told this dude, typical black guy, I'm sick of cats like this, typical black guy shit, because he can rap type slick, but he probably traded all for a fat white chick. And
dude,
the crowd went,
bars.
I know, and the crowd went fucking nuts. Yeah, the crowd fucking went crazy. And then I had this dude be like, in this battle, be like, typical black guy shit, huh? Like, what's that about? And I'm just like, get out of here.
That's an innocuous.
No, and then I came back from it. I was like, man, fuck all y'all. You guys love that shit. Instead of being
you
like,
didn't say it in the podcast. You said it to me separately.
Yeah. I love that line. I thought it was really funny. But when I said typical black guy shit, there's a moment where audibly people go, like you can hear people like, ooh, like what's he about to say?
Oh no, he didn't.
And then he had a big fat super light skinned Mexican like baby mama. Yeah, and it was funny. It was super funny.
The thing you have to be careful with, even me as a shit talker, you're a shit talker too. But there are people out there, they don't care about the racial aspect. They're just looking for a reason to fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially in the hip hop world, battle world.
Yeah.
It's not that they care so much about their culture, whatever race they are. They just want to fight. So that's the thing. Because that bar is like clever as fuck and it's just funny and it's not offensive. It's just like, it's funny.
It's funny. Yeah.
But some people.
He said I looked like a human trafficker.
So
it's like same deal, man.
People want to just watch the world burn and they just want to fight.
Yeah.
So we do have to be
but
shit.
I find myself, because I kind of exist in like my peers in a lot of places are like hipster ass white people.
Yeah.
And so like I've definitely like had people that I was friends with that have thought that I was like way too insensitive, and I'm like, you're way too sensitive.
Yeah.
And so we get in these fights about it because I'm like, I like hang out with all these different like cultural groups that I'll like talk some shit about or joke around with about stuff. Like I hang out with those people. Yeah. And that same, like one of those people specifically at one point was like, stopped hanging out with me and like our close friends because he was like, I want to make more friends that are people of color. And I was like, dog, you can't just like, I was like, that's racist as shit. You can't just walk around and be like, oh, excuse me, I couldn't help but notice that you're black, so I need to collect you for my fucking Pokemon team. It's like, dude, get out of here. Like, but people don't, that's one specific example of a person, but I do,
a lot of that happens,
I definitely run into situations where I am insensitive, and I think sometimes people are kind of huge pussies about stuff.
Well,
but I do
weed themselves out there.
I do think it's important to like have some self-awareness and to be open to listening to people. Some other dude in battle rap, because the racist term for white person is racist. So
it turns out that
that's what you call it.
If
but I've like run into numerous situations where I've been confronted with people being like, "Oh, you're a racist," and then one dude in particular got in like my DMs, and I was just like, I was like, "Yo, man, like." I was like, please, like, tell me like what I did, and like because I'm not trying to like genuinely cross that line. I want to like make sure everything's cool. It wasn't even bad. I was just talking some shit about some other battle rappers. Yeah. But he was like, if you don't know, then you're just never gonna understand. And I was like, that is some disingenuous bullshit. You can't like say that to me. And then I told him that, and then he finally like told me what it was that I did, and I was like, oh, never mind. You're just an idiot. I was like, because it's like there's this joke about like if somebody calls you, I'm not gonna like tell the joke exactly, but it's like if somebody calls you like a goat fucker, and you like deny it, then you have now said, you've put yourself in a sentence with that term. Yeah. So I think that you shouldn't like run to deny things. Like, I never fucked any goats. And everybody's like, yo, that guy definitely fucked a goat, Yeah. So it's like, I don't run around and be like, I can't like run around and be like, I didn't do that. I'm not guilty,
because it comes across as me does protest too much.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So it's like, don't fucking
Yeah.
don't even respond.
The joke is like that guy's family is named like the cobblers or whatever because they made shoes, and like that guy over there, his family, they're called the Coopers because they made barrels. And he's like, what about you guys? And he's like, you fuck one goat.
That's my joke with the gayness.
Yeah.
Fuck one guy, everybody calls me gay.
Yeah.
I hate that shit.
But yeah, man, it's a tricky.
People are weird, like you say.
It's just a tricky world, man. You're never gonna.
Slope
But in replying
Never
to
gonna not
like
step on some toes.
accusations, I used to be of the school of thought of not replying or addressing anybody accusing me of something I didn't even do. But it's not that simple. If it's a nobody, quote unquote, then no, don't reply. But if it's somebody that has some fucking pull and they're on Twitter saying you did this and that, so you do have to reply. Because if it's somebody that's got some fucking influence, you may have to reply.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Dave Chappelle said, Twitter's not a real place.
Well, that's Chappelle.
Also, I just don't think cancel culture is real, honestly, because Louis C.K. is
I just don't
still
think it's realistic.
he's performing, like he's back. Like you have to do some.
I feel like there's a spectrum.
They confirmed a Supreme Court judge or some shit that like sexually assaulted like that shit.
But nobody's
it's not
getting
real.
canceled
I don't
for
think
real,
I don't think cancel culture like really exists. It's like
There's
it's like a vague thing.
Because he took a little break, Louis C.K., so it hurt his pockets a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But he's not canceled forever.
It didn't stop him. Yeah. I mean,
if anything, when he comes back, when you do something like controversial, the people that want to cancel you, you usually have the opposite. You have supporters like, fuck that team. This guy's on our team.
Yeah.
You actually make more money and more
seems like you
support.
just got to step back. But some people, they double down. And it's kind of like, I think, it seems to me, because I haven't experienced this and I'm probably never going to be that famous, but it seems like you just kind of like, okay, just like back off for a little bit. Or you get like the My Pillow guy or something who's like fucking genuinely insane and just like digging deeper and deeper into like being insane. So it's like I feel like you can only like destroy yourself in that situation.
Yeah, it's not even canceling. You're just destroying yourself.
Yeah, I don't know I can't think of any examples of anybody that like really, really got
like
canceled.
actually got canceled.
Yeah.
We talked about this. The only one I can think of was Michael Richards, but he deserves to be canceled.
Yeah, but he didn't have shit going on. It wasn't like we weren't all like, "What's Michael Richards gonna do next?" It was like, "Oh, that guy from Seinfeld." We all know what his freaking name is now because of that.
I don't even know who Michael Richards
He's the guy.
is.
He's Kramer from Seinfeld.
What
did you
did
ever
he
hear about
do?
that? He went off on
like 10 years ago.
Yeah, he
Well,
went
that's
off
been a
on
long
like a
time
black crowd and was saying some really heinous like
said the
racial
N-word.
shit because they were heckling
They were
him.
heckling him, so he got mad.
Really mad.
And
And
he got canceled. He did get canceled for real, but he had nothing else going on.
Yeah,
like you said.
But my favorite dude, Dave Chappelle said about him, he's like the black guy in me was like, ooh, and then the comedian in me was like, tough set, tough crowd, yeah.
I like the open-mindedness of the Chappelle. I like that shit.
yeah. But it's
His
just
most recent one is fucking hilarious.
Which is the most recent closer?
yeah, where he goes in, he can't stop him. He cannot stop himself. I just think the way I kind of describe a lot of this cultural stuff though is that like. You ever know somebody, like have a friend that hits kind of like a certain like rock bottom point and then like the next day they go out and like dye their hair and like get piercings and they like totally like change their entire style. That's how society works.
He was doing this right.
Hey,
Mama, sitting right here.
I don't know you. I don't know your life, man. You just seduce crazy guys and run around town. I have no idea. But no, it's like people do shit like that. And so I think society works the same way, where when there's an identity crisis or like a new thing emerges, it swings really hard one way. And then over time, it just kind of like goes back towards the middle because people kind of like calm down and then they get back into themselves.
They get over it. Or there's something else.
But you hit this rock bottom and you're like, I have to change literally everything right now. And so you do that. And then like, a few months or a year or something later, you kind of just like, oh, I'm basically exactly the same person. Yeah.
That's precisely why we shouldn't change like that because
it's
a small percentage of people that are creating these little movements and shit. So it's like, okay, let's change everything for this 0.001% of fucking people.
Well, yeah, it's definitely it's tricky. I think I understand why people get so like up in arms about things, but also I don't know. I look at things in that perspective also. So for me, I'm just kind of like, well, settle down. but
I
whatever.
feel like I have a very weird stance or take on stuff like that because I hang out with nothing but black people. So I I identify as black. I'm just kidding. What's her name? Rachel. No, but like I do take offense sometimes to certain things that like are kind of super offensive, but just because like I don't know.
Which is weird because
she
says crazy.
Crazy. That's what I mean though. Like I have like a weird
crazy shit. You can't take offense to anything.
But you can kind of tell. No, you can kind of tell though. Like you can tell a little bit. I almost got shot at a fucking taco cart in Columbus, Ohio, because this black lady in the parking lot, like she was just tripping the fuck out, and she like went up to the window and was like yelling at the people in the truck, and they're all like Columbian, and I've been going there for like years when I used to live out there, and she starts yelling at them and being like, none of y'all speak English? Okay, I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna call immigration and like saying all this shit, and I'm right there, and everybody's looking at it, and I'm just like, yo, lady, you can't talk to people like that. Like I got in it. I was like, you cannot like say that shit.
Get involved?
Yeah, I like checked this lady because I was like, I felt like I was watching like a hate crime, and I was like, yo, you can't talk like that. And she got really fucking on me, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on in your life. I don't give a fuck about like your food order. That might be fucked up, but like you can't be saying wild shit like that to people. Like everybody's like a fucking human being out here, and she was saying crazy shit to me. And then she goes and gets in her car, and this dude that like had watched the situation and was parked like kind of between us, he like leans over, he's like, hey man, he's like, that lady just pulled out a gun. And she was like looking at me and like being all crazy, and she literally put a fucking handgun up on her dashboard. And I'm there and I'm like, man, I'm about to get shot over like, I thought I was like doing the right thing. I know, I thought I was like over here trying to like do the right thing in society. I'm just gonna get fucking murdered. So it's like that was a real reality check about like intervening too, because it's like,
you never intervene.
It's hard though, because I've been watching so much. We watch so much of the internet now. Where every day there's like a video of some guy being like, "You fucking immigrant piece of shit," and then everybody's like, he gets like his ass beat or something. Yeah. Like there's a video of that shit like 5 times a day on some social media platform. It happens to you, yes, then you're like, "This is it, guys. This is my moment. You can't," you know. Yeah, so like I don't know, but I felt like in the moment I felt like this is like I was standing up for this thing I was watching.
I learned I hate bullies, but because I used to stick up for people.
The problem is bullies kick the shit out of you.
Well, I'm just saying because there's just multiple people involved. Sometimes you're out in the bars, whatever the fuck. But I used to stick up for people. But it's like I can't. It's too much. Yeah, but it gets tricky. See, you almost got
it's hard to gauge. So next time, now I gotta let one slide, and then maybe.
I mean, because you can't save the world, so I'm just like. That's what happened with old Spider-Man boy. He wants to spare these people. Yeah. They come back to kill his aunt.
Yeah. It's crazy that there's a spider and an ant in the same movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, it's a Bug's Life all over again.
Well, they do have Ant-Man as well in the Avengers.
Yeah. But they're really running thin on ideas here. Bug Boy next week. Ladybug. Yeah. The Tickler. No, I have this. That's a good reference. Nice arachnid. I have one. I have a superhero comic that I like write and draw, and it's a little bit of parody. But there's a cartoon character within the universe who's a hero, and his name is the Giraffe, and he's like a hero, and his whole thing is his neck gets really long, and he'll just be like, and he'll be like. He's over there. Like can't do shit with that. Yeah. Or he'll like a guy will be running down a corridor and he'll like swing his neck like across the alleyway and he'll like hit it and knock him down. Yeah. It's like what could you possibly do with like that power? Like why is the awesome strength of his extraordinarily long neck?
They want to make him feel like he belongs.
There he goes.
Let him do his thing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, in that movie though, it's a good movie, but old boy Doctor Strange was like, no, dude, let's send these guys back, man. Like, it's just, don't get involved.
Backman, is that one of the villains?
No, it was,
lift with your knees.
You're going to get scoliosis. They call it scoliosis.
Scoliosis is the arch nemesis.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because it's the opposite. Yeah. And he's tearing down all the postures that teach you how to live properly.
It's scoliosis. Skull-E-osis.
When he's at work, it's just like, his civilian name.
It's like a doctor by day.
Yeah, I kind of think superhero movies are fucking stupid, so I'm not a good one for this. Yeah. So dumb. There's always that fucking like 20 minutes at the end where they're just like, and you like know they're gonna save the world, but they like act like they're not going to.
Just prolong
just this dramatic tension that you're like, you've seen it like a million times.
You know they're gonna win.
You still get anxiety. Your heart's like still beating.
Well, I cried a little bit at the end of Spider-Man.
I cry really easily at movies, but it doesn't make them good movies.
It does not. Yeah. This one wasn't great. The first two are better.
Yeah.
But don't know if you're a movie
Yo,
guy.
dog, I'm not gonna lie to you right now. This shit right here, this shit is the #1 movie in America, dog. You're gonna love this shit. This is the best shit I ever seen, man. That's like how they act about it.
I mean,
Motherfuckers.
I'm picky about my movies. But yeah, you have to try to sell it. Even if it's freaking crap.
Hey, everybody. Have I got news for you? You've seen other movies? Fuck those movies. Those movies, you've never seen a movie until you've seen Ant-Man and the Tickler. And you're like, oh my God, I've got to see it. I'm taking my kids.
Oh, you're right. But what the worst part is that people actually fall for it.
I think it's like this whole thing. It's just,
garbage stuff.
it's the way like the world exists. And it's like the problem is that I feel like cynical people like me are the ones that are looked badly upon for having these opinions. But it's just like the world, they just shovel you like mediocre shit. And then they're like, make the best of it. Enjoy yourself. It's your fault if you're not living your best life. And you're like, man, fuck you. Like, you just shoving
you're the
McDonald's
bad guy
and
if
fucking
you have
Marvel
standards.
movies at me. Yeah, fuck
the
this
bad
shit.
guy, yeah.
Fuck, I hated Game of Thrones the whole time, man. I always thought it was stupid.
Now
Yeah.
that's fighting words.
I always thought it was stupid.
Flips the table.
Yeah. No, I mean that's on me though. But it's like you're the bad guy when you think that things suck. People, American culture,
But I
so much wants
revel
things to
in
be
that
like
shit.
good. They're like, oh, you should like everything. Didn't you have a great time? Wasn't that great?
I hated everything and it sucked.
Yeah, that's what brought us here together. So we're all this podcast. Yeah, the reign of hate.
The cynical, and it's a cynical day too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. You should see me on the happy day.
Well, that's the Lego shit, which is still created by a corporation, but the Lego movie. There's that. Have you seen that shit or no?
No.
The first Lego movie.
I liked that movie. I thought that was
Everything
a really
is
fun
awesome.
movie. Yeah.
Everything is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, whatever.
Well, it ties into it.
I thought that was really fun.
That movie's dope as fuck.
I liked that movie
Oh,
a
fuck
lot.
yeah.
That
I
was
was like,
super
oh,
cool.
God, I hate
Batman
that.
joint.
Everything's awesome.
Well, there's
Yeah,
because
that-
there's a conspiracy theory in the movie, so these people are programmed to think everything's awesome. They don't realize they're trapped in. I almost even forgot most of the shit, but so they got them. They have a song programmed into their head.
Yeah.
Everything just to think that everything's okay, everything's awesome. It's a good movie. Check it out.
Real subversive stuff from the people that brought you Duplos. Yeah.
What's the other ones? Is that
Duplos are like the knockoff, the big ass, the
Duplos
giant.
is like the giant.
They're like the
Legos.
kindergartner
Yeah.
Legos. Yeah.
Which is the rabbit
preschool
looking one?
ones. The rabbit?
Is that Duplos?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Duplos one is like has a little bunny
Yeah.
logo or whatever.
I didn't have any of them. I'm just kidding.
I always thought they were so cute because they're so big. Like,
I had some Legos. I was more into well, Nintendo was out by then.
Nah, man, I was getting pussy, bro. I don't know what the I'm just fucking playing with toys. Ugh, we a child?
you guys are fucking childish.
It's been fucking since he was born.
I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding.
Are you into to close it out?
Chicks? Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, no, I'm just kidding.
We're commenting.
What are you talking about? No, what were you gonna say? Sorry.
Do you watch TV? Because you don't seem like a big TV.
I watch. Oh yeah,
like
I watch a
streaming
lot of
shit?
stuff. But what I do is I always put stuff on in the background while I work because I have like some kind of ADHD or something where like my brain is like I can either focus on like 50 things or like one thing like super intensely, but it's like hard. So I watch stuff like people listen to music.
Yeah,
So
okay.
I'll watch like the same movies over and over
Is
and
there
like
any series
TV
that
shows.
you actually pay attention to?
I don't follow anything except I was following Joe Pera Talks With You. There's this guy named Joe Pera, and he does comedy that's like nice. Like I feel like so much comedy is predicated in being mean, like being mean so funny, like you tell your friend, you interrupt your friend, you're like, you're a fucking idiot. And everybody's like, ha ha ha.
Wow,
But this
I feel
guy's like,
attacked.
his stuff's like really, he makes like nice.
Joe Pera?
Yeah, Joe Pera
What
Talks
service
With
is it
You.
on?
That's on,
Max
I think it's
or-
on Prime or HBO. I think it's on HBO Max. Yeah. That and then this dude John Wilson, How To with
Oh, I
John
love that
Wilson.
show.
Yeah, that's an amazing show. Just the
also
little
HBO, yeah.
networks of coincidences that he strings together. He's
That's
such an
dope.
interesting guy. But
A lot of
I
people
like
don't like that one.
I like that stuff because it's not mean. There's no cruelty in it. It's just sort of like exploring things and expressing something. And I
That
find
was
that
nerdy as fuck. That
yeah,
one.
That's cute.
yeah, I like it a lot. The way he talks is really funny, and just the little like
That shit, I love that shit.
yeah, the little like
Is
things.
there a new season? I don't think
Yeah,
there
yeah.
is.
Season 2 just came out. I just
Really?
watched that
Oh,
recently.
Fuck yeah, dog.
That was really good.
fucking
I don't
love
really
that
like
show.
follow a lot of stuff, but I mean, I watch a lot of stuff, and I watch a
Yeah.
lot of like old
Background shit,
British
though.
shit. Yeah, because I'll like sort of pay attention to it, and it's almost
You
like,
just like
That's
catch.
me with podcasts.
yeah, but it's like
in the background.
having the one thing engages like the set of gears on the one part of my brain, so it like frees up the other part to like draw. 'Cause, I mean, I spend a ton of my time just making artwork for work and other reasons.
Gotta make that money.
Yeah, and so I don't kill myself. But
Well, shit. My recommendations would be: have you seen Raised by Wolves? Oh man, Ridley Scott. That shit gets.
Ridley Scott,
You'd like it. You'd like it.
you know,
You'd like it.
Yeah. I just watched his movie.
That
He
shit
made
goes
that new
hard,
movie.
dog.
Yeah.
Which movie? Oh, he has
The Last
a
Duel.
non-sci-fi movie.
The
Is it
Last
like a cowboy
Duel.
movie or something. Like that?
It's about knights.
Knights, yeah.
It's about.
Is it
It's
on-
about French knights, but they all speak
saw-
English. I don't know why they do that.
Like
why they
American
do
English?
that? Yeah, why do they do that? They should just be like,
This
"Oh, we're
disappoints me.
we're
Because
English."
everybody romanticizes the French and like that
What
period.
disappoints me of well,
It was okay, but I saw a thing.
Scott.
I saw a thing where Ridley Scott, I think, was like kind of bitching about how it got like kind of a lukewarm like theater reception. Like
Well,
people didn't really go see it.
he's
And
old.
after I watched it, I was like, you know, I think that if they wanted more people to like the movie, they should have just made a better movie.
Yeah.
you know, it seems like
he has
it's
a couple bombs.
it's your
He has
fault. You didn't like my movie.
Yeah, but that's typical.
Yeah,
Ridley
I mean,
Scott,
he did Blade Runner, right? That's like one of the best movies
Is
to
it also
me.
him?
I think so. He did. He
He's
has
the
some.
alien
He
guy.
had some shit like back in the
Oh,
day,
he's a
but then he
beast,
made
man.
like Prometheus.
I like Prometheus.
That bombed.
You didn't like
So,
it?
I thought that
It
movie
did bomb, but I
so
liked it.
stupid.
I didn't
Every
love
time
it,
they
but I
do
liked
movie
it.
scientists, they have like a biologist, right? Like they have all these scientists. They have a biologist, and he's like, "Hey, little guy," to like the alien. They're like, nobody does that. Like no scientist is like,
alien.
"I better go and approach the thing and get right up in its face." They're all like such. They should just not write that shit. Just
Raised
don't
by
write
Wolves
scientists.
does not do that. It's super soft, but this shit's crazy, dog.
What's that on?
It's on Max.
Okay.
It's nuts.
What's it called?
Raised by Wolves.
I want to say I saw like the little thumbnail thing, but I didn't watch it.
I'll give it a
It's
shot.
fucking dope. It's visually speaking, writing wise, acting wise, sick as fuck. Book of Boba Fett. That's my shit too. The Star Wars heads. Here's Star Wars heads or no?
I have thoughts on Star Wars. I think Star Wars is. I think Star Wars is statistically bad. I think that if you like look at the number of things that have been made and the number that are good versus the number that aren't, I think that on a statistical analysis level,
It's like-
Star Wars is bad.
It's like a
But
great
I'm
player.
related to Peter Cushing, who played Grand Moff
thought you were
Tarkin
gonna
in
say
A New
Luke
Hope.
Skywalker.
You know the very first Star Wars.
Yeah, the first
There's the
one.
dude that like
Episode
runs
4.
the guy that A New Hope, the guy that runs the Death Star, and he's like Vader, put him down or
you
whatever.
related to him?
I'm related to that guy. So I think the first Star Wars is really cool, and I think Empire Strikes Back is like is legitimately like
best
a
one.
really good film. I think that's like a good
That's
ass
the best one.
movie. Yeah. But after that, some of the cartoon stuff is dope. I think it's a really. I think the lore of the universe is really interesting, but I'm not sure
Well,
that I really like all
The
the
series
stuff they make.
that are coming out on Disney Plus are fucking dope as fuck, and this is one of them. This is fucking Boba Fett,
That's
a
cool,
beloved character, but it's a good show. Check it
God.
out.
That sounds cool.
Dexter just finished final season. Of
Wait,
Dexter, my
Dexter?
hero. Yeah, my hero.
Like
dog.
the DD get out of my laboratory.
No.
Not Powerpuff Girls.
I thought that show ended for. I thought fucking the
came back.
cereal thing didn't it like suck?
Fuck no. The
Oh.
ending sucked. The ending sucked. The ending did suck. But he's alive still.
I watched a little bit of that. I watched
So they had one
Okay,
final
I've
season.
never seen an episode of
It's
Dexter.
the shit. It's the shit, and I loved it. And another show called Yellow Jackets on Showtime as well as Dexter. Do you have Showtime or no? Do you have Showtime streaming? It's girly. It's girl power stuff in a sense, but it's
I
sick
love-
as,
I love
I don't want
girls.
to spoil shit, but it's dope.
That sounds cool.
Those are my recommendations. Any recommendations before we close out here?
I've been super basic. Of course, I'm watching
I'm
both
too busy
Powers.
finding the love of my life.
No, that
Yeah.
too. But I've been watching both Powers, The Raising Kanan, and the Power Ghost book or whatever, and Euphoria. And dude, I saw
And the
this.
Black Mafia family. What's it called?
Oh,
that's on Stars,
BMG or BMF or
BMF.
whatever. I
BMF.
haven't started seeing. I haven't watched that one yet.
I
Did
watched
they
all the
make a
50 Cent
series out
ones.
of that?
Yeah.
That was a
Dude,
documentary.
I
What's off?
saw
Yeah, it's a series now.
Oh.
50
crazy-
Cent, Big Meech,
Yeah,
real
yeah.
people.
Yeah.
I saw
Your
this
favorite.
crazy series. It was on Apple TV, and it's called C. But it was, and I normally don't like shows like this, but it was actually really interesting. They're like, it's like futuristic, but once the world's like gone to shit already, so it kind of goes back to like people living like intense
like
and weird shit like
2023.
basically. But it's like
post-apocalyptic shit, or
yeah, and like nobody can see, but like the gifted people can see. It's fucking
shit.
weird, dude. Like it's fucking weird, but it's like really, really interesting. I binge like 2 seasons like in a day.
let's see. Why don't I have the Apple shit?
That's interesting. I read a book recently called Blindness. I don't know if you guys like to read books, but I do. And there's a book called Blindness that's really good. And I was trying to figure out, like, I was like, why hasn't this been made? Because it would be perfect for like a mini series or something. It's all about like a blindness pandemic or like epidemic sweeping the world, and everybody can't see. But then there's this part where they lock everybody in this asylum for a while, like the first group. And that's who it follows. And it talks extensively about how everybody's just shitting all over the floor. And I was like, that's why they haven't made a mini series. Because of all the shit all over the floor. Yeah.
A lot of shit.
Yeah.
We were talking about reading last. I was like, I'm taking a break from reading. What up, y'all? To those that stuck around this long and got this far, not sure what happened. This shit just stopped recording out of nowhere. Recorded this episode a few months ago, and this is my first time listening to it, actually. And like I said, not sure what happened, but it's kind of fitting. Ended abruptly because I'm taking a break out of nowhere, just taking a break from the podcast. I might bring it back. I might not. Might reinvent it. Might do something else similar. Not sure. But either way, shouts to the listeners. This is Sweet Jesus Radio. Thank you for playing. Sweet Jesus Radio.